for about half an hour doing what the majority of us do: scroll on social media, see what happened in the world while we were sleeping, what we missed, knowing that I had stuff to do. I heard my daughter get up around 6, so I said, okay, that's a sign for me to get up and get going. It's almost like it was my dad alarm clock, if you want to call it that. I got ready and said, let me go for my morning walk to just meditate, clear my head, what I'm going to do for the day, how I'm going to get my day started. And when I started my walk, I started without wearing my glasses, just to really just get, I don't even know why. I just took it off. I'm just tired of wearing my glasses sometimes. But one thing I did notice is the sun. And the sun just shining. And I said to myself, what if I wasn't able to see anymore? What would I do? A lot of us take these things for granted. Mind you, I can't see without them, but I can see enough. However, my other senses started to kick in, and I just was being one with everything. Like, there was a guy across the street. I could barely notice it was somebody. It looked like one of those boxes, those junction boxes or whatever. But I heard sound. And then he finally got up. I think he was picking up dog poop. But I noticed that after. And just noticing the sun rising, I was like, what if I couldn't see anymore? What if I wasn't able to? And that's how a lot of us treat our business. We're blinded by our insecurities. We're allowing our insecurities to win. A lot of these things are made up in your mind. You make these things up. You give yourself a roadblock. You say, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And more so I'm talking about like business. Because there's two types of problems people have. They can have one, a drama problem, or two, a math problem. And drama problems are usually psychological and emotional. Math problems is everything else. But we don't take the time to figure out what these problems are. We just say, oh, my business is not making money. I need to make more sales. Instead of asking yourself, what's getting in your way of stopping you from making more sales? Is it a you problem, or is it really generally the business problem? Once you can figure that out, solve it, then you can move on from it. Math problems, it's like, I'm not doing enough revenue. Okay, so how do you make more revenue? Putting more ads out there, reaching out to more people. Very simple solution to fixing your math problem. A drama problem. I was speaking to somebody yesterday, and so they're a photographer, and their issue is, I'm not making enough money. So I said, what's the issue? I said, you can have one of two problems, either a math problem or a drama problem. And they laughed. So like, what? So I was like, yeah, you either have a math problem or a drama problem. So I said, how much do you make in a good month, or how much were you making before? He said $20,000. So I was like, okay, so you're capable of making that money. So what do you need to do? And he's like, well, I got to book at least 20 clients a month, get them to come in. He said, I have no problem selling. He's like, I just don't have the time. So I was like, why don't you have the time? He's like, because I'm working a job. So I was like, why are you working a job? Money, I guess he has his up and down seasons. So money wasn't flowing, and between him and his wife, he said, she said, I have to get a job. I gotta, bring in my share. So I said, why does she want you, or why do you have to get a job? Why can't you just focus on this? And then there's constraints where the industry that he does, or the people he takes photos of, that's an issue. So I said, okay, so instead of doing what you're doing before, why don't you change who you're servicing, so that you eliminate your problems? If you do that, then that gets rid of your problems, and you can continue making money again. So this person, they like the idea, and they're like, oh, that makes sense. So instead of servicing the market you were before, service a new market. So I said, why don't you do like weddings? So he said, oh, that's a good idea. So put yourself out there and let people know that you do weddings. You don't have to get as much customers in the door. You only work maybe like on the weekends and you can make more money. So like, oh, that makes sense. So right there, I just showed you how you solve a drama problem. It has to do with emotions, maybe your spouse, whatever it may be. That's a drama problem. The moment you can figure out this drama problem, then you can go back to just getting the business going. When a new problem arises, diagnose the problem. It's like a feedback loop. You figure out what's wrong, diagnose the problem, come up with a solution, try out the new solution. If it works, you keep going. And you keep going and going until you hit a new roadblock. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? But yeah, don't let your insecurities stop you from what it is that you need to do. You need to communicate, especially with yourself. Write it down. What's the problem that I'm having in my business? Why am I struggling? Once you can figure those things out, then you can move on to the next thing. Find the problem or diagnose the problem, come up with a solution, and try it out. It doesn't work? All right, let me go back to the drawing board and try it again. Whatever insecurities you have, try to see the positive within it. Don't let it be the reason why you're not doing what it is that you want to do. You don't want to die in regret. A lot of people go to the grave, or before they even get to the grave, when they're old, they're just, I wish I did this, I should have done that, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Suck it up, buttercup, get to it, and do what it is that you want to do. What's the worst that could happen? What if it actually works out for you? Have you ever thought of that? So always keep that on top of your head. What if this does work out for me? I don't know where we came up with this thing of just always thinking negative, like, it's not going to work, or what if it doesn't work? Who gives a rat's ass if it doesn't work? If it doesn't work, that gives you the opportunity to correct it and make it better the next time. So figure it out. It's like, all right, that didn't work. Let me try again. I always come back to this, but it's like playing video games. If you don't beat that level or you don't beat that boss, you're going to find ways around it. The game of life is not to just always win. You have to take losses. That's how you get better. That's how you evolve. Nothing stays the same. So everything is always moving. Change is inevitable. Like, it's always guaranteed. So instead of trying to fight change, embrace the change. Figure out what it is that's stopping you and overcome that until the next challenge comes up. I appreciate you guys. My name is Dean, the Wealth Coach. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And I will see you on my next video. I got a video loading later today that's talking about 4 ways to increase your business revenue. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you're notified when the video drops. And I'll see you guys later.